What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to Streamcast, a show on the internet. We watch the latest and greatest stuff on streaming services with you guys. I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, along with my bro, the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How's it going, bro?
It's going good. I wish I'd messed with the mic before we started filming, but it's fine. It's fine.
Don't matter. We'll just movie magic. We'll VFX
That's
it.
right.
It'll be replaced with something
It'll
else.
just be a little T-Rex or something totally random. How about you? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We are finally at the end of Witcher Season 2.
Yeah.
We've come to the final point. We've already heard that there's going to be a Season 3 for The Witcher. I'm not surprised. There's good stuff in this show. There's some good stuff.
Overall impressions?
Overall impressions, I'll save my big thing for the end.
Okay.
But there were some lulls in this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the first one was confusing, but I felt like I was engaged.
I fully agree with you, yeah.
But there wasn't lulls like this one had. This one had some lulls in the last two episodes. And I'm like...
They didn't need to be there either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
There's so much good in it, though, as well. Like, the quality of the CG of the monsters.
Everything Henry.
Yeah, everything Henry.
Yeah.
The Ciri relationship has become quite big, and I'm like, oh, there's some good stuff here. There's some actual compelling moments with Yennefer as well.
I agree.
Just some strange moments in between. They're so weird.
I think for me, if this was my only interaction with the world, if it was just the Witcher show, I think I'd be really enjoying it. Because I have read a couple of the books, and the only real canon, The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt.
Yeah, the only canon.
I kind of hated it.
Yeah.
And not that... I feel like I feel like I would give it a 5 overall. Season 2, I would give it a 5. Which is weird because CG was great. Everything with Geralt is amazing. It's perfect Witcher. And then there are some weird moments that don't make sense. Like, I hated Jaskier this season, except for like the last episode. But then it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like,
he was in there barely, and also...
Why did they go to all that effort to get him in that shape for that one little throwaway scene that's immediately ruined by the dwarves?
I have a suspicion that it was him feeling a bit inadequate because of Henry's massive physical stature.
Maybe.
I don't know why you would, because it's Henry Cavill. No one's going, everyone else looks like a cunt because he looks amazing. Everyone's like, no, he's a god. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, and then it must be that he forced it. It's like, I want you guys to give me a shirtless scene.
Right.
Because it had no relevance to anything else.
There was no good reason for it, but it's also the whole frustration of Jaskier's character up to that point is like, he seems like just a old like divorcee that can't get over the relationship. Then as soon as Henry comes back, Geralt comes back, it's immediately okay, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Which that sort of doesn't make too much sense to me. I feel like they could have had a bit more of a blowout and then Geralt just said, oh, look, you're right and I'm sorry, like it was my mistake. Okay, fine. Let's resolve something. But then once they're back together, I'm like, okay, cool, this is that duo that we loved.
Right.
But it just doesn't fit because the whole of this season and the last season, they had this huge falling out. So it was really bizarre. There's so much I really liked.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're straying so far from the canon that we know in many ways. I just don't feel like I'm following it properly.
Well, Henry did say in those interviews that the third season is supposed to come more back to in line with the canon. Now, how true is that?
For season 2 as well. He said like they're being true to the canon. It's not really true.
So, I don't know if I believe him. I don't know.
I think
Henry, you're a liar. That's on record.
Yeah, it's all your fault. The thing is, he's so good, and what bugs me is that two things bug me the most, actually, that are really sticking out to me for some reason. The contacts, like sometimes they're soulless, and then sometimes with Yen they're gorgeous. They just like look like purple eyes. I can't tell. It's taking me out. It's really pulling me out of it. And that do you know what? As of right now, I'm not excited for season 3.
Right.
And if it wasn't for Streamcast, and I don't know if it would do it for Streamcast, I wouldn't watch it until I heard a bit more about it.
Right.
But when it comes out, I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like I don't want to watch it. At the minute, I probably will because Henry Cavill's so good as Geralt. I don't know, we've strayed away from what I know and love too much and in weird ways or weird places.
We'll see how that turns out. Quick announcement since we're at the beginning of this, and because I've remembered this time. So this is the end of this season. We're going to wrap this all out. We are going to have next week 1 week break. So there's going to be no episode next week. And then the week after that, we are going to do a trio, me, Sheps, and Tyler, wrap up of Hawkeye. We said before we might come back and do a big episode and we'll sort of talk about how we felt about it, whether or not it was good and stuff like that. If you guys want to join us for that, write in your thoughts. It will be a couple of weeks' time. You'll see it pop up on the Discord and whatnot. Feel free to join us. Link in the description. And yeah, we can do a whole wrap-up of Hawkeye. All three of us there. I think it'll be quite fun. We can see how that goes. And by then, we'll be able to give you guys more information on whatever the next show might be. I know at the end of March, they're going to be doing the Halo show. It doesn't look great.
I agree. And I've seen some really worrying stuff about how, like, Master Chief isn't the main character. It focuses on, like, these other leads. And I'm like, there's only one character in Halo.
I don't get it.
And there's only one secondary character, and that's the Arbiter, and he's not in it. So, like, what are you doing?
Have you seen the picture of Cortana?
I think I might have. I don't know if it's like an edit or something. But
Or you might have seen an edit, because the thing is that Cortana is just a person.
Yeah.
Not like a holographic AI or anything like that.
Wait, what do you mean?
She looks like just a person. Like
what?
So I might let me just
maybe I saw an edit where they made her look like Cortana.
That's it. So that's
because
what
I was like, okay, Cortana. I don't like. She's not supposed to be in the uniform. She's supposed to be in that like kind of painting bodysuit. But
so let me show you the official picture.
No,
is this one?
No,
that's Cortana.
No,
and then a bunch of people were just like, oh hello.
Okay.
BRB.
Cortana looks bad.
So
seamless.
Just as we were saying before, nothing happened.
Nothing.
Yeah. So this is the Cortana that's in the TV show.
Okay, I did see an edit, and I was like, I don't see what the problem is.
You probably saw something like this,
I saw
or
one,
even.
I think it's like one below it. Was it that? It looked similar to that.
Let's see. There's people that have done really good edits.
That's what I saw, and I was like, I don't see the problem here.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what they've done instead.
Okay.
What's really funny is that I saw all the tweets people were saying, and people were like, Halo fans saying, oh my god, this is awful, this is terrible. And then I saw one guy saying, I don't know what everyone's moaning about. The Halo TV show looks amazing, and I've never played any of the games. And I was like, that's what?
That'll be right. I seriously though, we may do the Halo show, even if it's terrible, just because, like, I mean, you know,
it'll be everyone's talking about. We all want to know if it's terrible.
Right, exactly.
So
the point of Streamcast is to watch. It's the latest and greatest, not
latest, but has to be greatest.
Right, it's latest, greatest. You know, other stuff. So I'm also interested. You know, I do love Halo. I would love for you to finish Halo 2 and 3 by that time, though.
Hopefully, I can.
Yeah,
it's
and
March
but between
24th.
Halo 2 and 3, I want to show you the promo material that came out.
Okay.
Because I just feel like it'll build to Halo 3 a little bit more. Anyway, it'll be us and the Upside Down cunt doing Hawkeye. So 1 week break, Hawkeye, and then we'll announce what we've got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy some of that. Look forward to that stuff.
That's right.
Right there, bro.
Yes.
Let's talk about The Witcher Season 2, Episode 7. Let's get going.
I would love to, but before that,
yes,
there's a group of people, the incredible Super Bros, over on patreon.com/conversations, that make everything we do over on our channel and here with the flagship show of the FPN possible. Who do we have to thank?
How many H's were in that? Like,
At least 15.
At least 50. Those people are Diogo Dildo, Isak the Ultimate Cumsock, Sabine from Smallville, the Star Wars Encyclopedia Adam Sundling, Jeremy Renner, that's right, an official Avenger, Super Sus Ben Fryer, the Filthy Fanatic Joe McCormack, My Juicy Left Nut, the Super Sexy Producer Sean Catsbud, the Friendly Patron, the Gamer from Gaming Shire Dave Bindis, Rick, the Hentai Dwarf, It Hurts. Oh shoot, I wrote that in another note. Where's the other note?
Do this.
It hurts the man who claims that One Punch Man is the best anime. I mean,
what was your favorite anime?
It's all anime. Do you know what I hear something hilarious? Was it you guys that were trying to get me to watch a Full Metal Alchemist?
There is currently an appeal to get you to it. It's not me. I'll watch it. I love FMA.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on our list because it's like 70 episodes long.
Do you want to hear something? I did a Google search. That Full Metal Alchemist. What do random people say about this? This thing has a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
For that reason, I can't believe it. Nothing has 100%. That's like, when I chat shit, I talk about Justice League all the time. It's the greatest thing in the world.
It's not 100% movie.
I believe it's great, but it's like when I say that about everything. It's like, okay, we can't believe what you're saying now. That's what I think every time I think of Full Metal Alchemist now.
FMA is really, really well regarded. There are also two of them. It's FMA and FMA Brotherhood. Basically, FMA, the original anime, came out before the manga had finished, I want to say, or it departed from the ending, and then FMA Brotherhood is close to the anime. It's a little bit harsher, but both are really well regarded. Brotherhood's supposedly the better one.
Okay.
Either way, it's good, but it's a bit longer. The point of Anime Club was so you could try out different genres. So I wanted to get you in there with like 20 episodes for like superhero stuff. 20
I'm
episodes
sorry
for
we got into
stuff.
this because this is supposed to be a good place, and we're talking about anime.
So but Streamcast anime is airing. Attack on Titan Season 4's airing.
Guys, if you love
Attack on
anything,
Titan.
shut this shit down right now. Shut it down.
Boys, if you want to see Anime Club, come back. You know who to tweet.
And Kevin, the number one sim.
Just enjoying the silence away from anime talk.
Yes. Of Xbox. Thank you guys so much for keeping the lights and mics on, and the gaming, the streaming services are going here.
That's right. Thanks for springing Kevin on me right there in the middle of it. Frick anime for right now.
Yes.
By the way, there is a witch anime. Or like animated thing on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've heard it's not good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We start off with Geralt picking over the bodies of the people that are left.
Yes.
Yeah, because he killed off the crew. And Fire Guy ran away.
Yep.
And Triss and Ciri portaled. So he picks over the bodies. Got to get that loot. For those mutagens and stuff.
Exactly.
And finds Redanian coins. And then that's pretty much it.
He has that conversation with the woman, right?
He does. He wants a sword. She's like, no, this is... You got to do something else. She says, like, you can't help Ciri.
Yeah.
And not in a, like... She doesn't need you, but in a... Like, what she does need, you can't give. It's the magic thing, not
You're
like...
in out of your depth.
She doesn't understand that they're father and daughter. How dare you?
No, she doesn't get it.
And then also she says, something about, like, what would you wish for Yennefer? And he goes, I've learnt my lesson with Yennefer and wishes, which is a nice little line.
Nice little nod there.
And then we cut to Ciri in the place that they ported to previously, which I thought we were supposed to recognise. I didn't recognise it at all. It's that merchant's house. You know where the lady picks her up from the marketplace?
Oh, yeah. Now I remember it. Yeah.
It's her house. And she says this is the first time I felt safe.
Yeah.
And so I must have thought of it.
Yeah.
Because obviously Sintra isn't safe anymore.
Yeah.
And they sort of look around a bit. I wonder where everybody is because it's like kind of abandoned. Maybe they left because the Battle of Sodom was really close.
Exactly.
Just outside, burnt up corpses.
Yeah.
And Fire Guy. Firefucker, I think is what Yen calls him.
Firefucker.
Which is pretty funny. Also, I found Yen from the last episode, what's that? I can't count. 6.
Yeah.
Episode 6, 7, and 8. I really liked Jennifer. And I didn't like her at all this season until now.
I quite liked her in this as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Just some good stuff.
It's basically like, no, we got to go.
Yeah.
And Ciri says, I think it's along the lines of like, I need to get back to Geralt.
Yeah.
Because I think she doesn't realise that she was fairly safe when she left. She wasn't looking.
And she doesn't realise that she's being led away from Geralt.
Right.
And that's kind of Yennefer's plan at the moment.
Right. And Yennefer sort of says, well, those guys are working for Nilfgaard. So if they have Geralt, he'll be in Sintra. So let's go to Sintra, pretty much. And she hears the Undying Mother saying, yeah, that's right, bring Ciri to me. And it's something like, bring the girl and chaos will be yours. It's something like that. Wait, hold a minute. So, okay. Why are we seeing Madam Lady in these whole last 2 episodes? I feel like so much is wasted time. Like the stuff with the Mage Council,
Yeah.
and in particular, like
The Brotherhood at the end is so weird.
and Professor McGonagall's banging teleporting sword guy.
Yeah.
It's not relevant at all
It's
to
very strange.
anything.
I don't know if it's something they're planning to set up in the next season,
Right.
but put in here, it just seems odd and pointless, especially when we're hyper-focused right now
Yeah.
on Ciri's story and where she's going and what's happening there.
Let's get the Madam Lady stuff out of the way first.
Yeah.
We'll just do the whole thing. Madam Lady's banging teleporting sword guy.
Yep.
They say how much they're super in love with each other, even though they're hundreds of years old and all they do for a living is manipulate people in politics. And then they want Triss to help with a thing, and Madam Lady goes to get Triss to help, but teleporting sword guy comes in when Triss isn't ready, and Triss is like, "Oh, I'm not talking to you," and leaves. And then Madam Lady and sword guy argue.
Have a spat.
It's a bit of a domestic.
Yeah.
And then there's a visit from Dijkstra, time skip, visit from Dijkstra, who comes to tell the Mage Council that there's an elven baby.
Yep.
And they're super worried, especially Stregobor, who's like, it's a girl and the daughter of a mage. This is a bad sign because
Oh my
Stregobor has a
God.
thing about this for like...
It's the what's her name? Falca. It's
Yeah.
Falca all over again. Oh, my
That's
hands!
it.
Look at them.
Right, my hands, my hands. And I think the only good bit in this whole Madam Lady spat
Yeah.
is that she says to Dijkstra,
Yeah.
thank you for thank you for the distracting news. And she doesn't mean like, oh, it's got us. It's like it's clearly meant to distract us.
Yeah, this is a ploy. I can tell this is a
But
ploy.
she seems to be the only one that knows, and I think that's what they're saying up there. In season 3, Madam Lady is like a force to be reckoned with. Like she's her mind is in the game.
Yeah,
You know,
she's
she's like a
playing
master
chess.
chess player, right?
Yeah.
Except that every single person here is also doing that.
Yeah.
They are all the youngest person we know. People that we know are Yen and Triss, and they are at this point 100+ years old,
Yeah.
and have spent 70 of those years in courts manipulating kings and councils and stuff, and doing magic at the highest levels. So, okay, that's Madam Lady's bit. Oh, and
Done.
at the end, she puts a hit on.
Yeah, there's
on
like a council of brotherhoods with all
Ciri.
the kings and stuff like that, and they put it on
Yeah.
Ciri.
Also, she says, "Welcome to the Brotherhood," but then that isn't the Brotherhood of Mages. So what we're
Yeah.
talking about, very confusing. That's Madam Lady. Glad she's out the way. Cut to Sintra with Fringilla
Yes.
having problems with the loyalty with the generals.
Yes.
Ballsack guy, Kahir, whose name I finally remembered, he seems to be on side for no apparent reason. He's just decided he's on Team Fringilla.
because he was a dick first of all, and I was like, he's going against her, and she was very worried about
And
him
wants his
coming
power
back.
back.
And I was like, he's bad. You know, which is bad news him being back. But then suddenly he seems to have been like, I'm on your side, Fringilla.
Right, and the reason they do that is because this other general with the beard is super cunty. So
Yeah.
they'll be like, so he's like,
The enemy
this
of my
guy
enemy.
this guy has the cunt position. I'll just be not a cunt then, because
Yeah.
that's how these guys think.
It's only
and
one
work.
position. Only one of us can be a cunt.
Right? It doesn't make any sense. And this guy's worried about spies.
Yeah, he's typical.
It's all fair enough. Like, we have an army. We're raising people that previously weren't on our side. We're teaching them to fight.
Yeah.
And then we're letting in anybody that wants to come. They're hardly being checked. We don't know who they are. Like, we've got to worry about spies. That sounds fair enough.
Yeah.
To some point, we're in a war. Cool. And then he just hangs a poor girl who's hungry.
I think she steals some food because she's hungry or something like that.
And then he's like, "You're definitely a spy. That's something a spy would do."
yeah,
and hangs her from the wall.
them. But the way they hang them as well, they hang them and then leave them there to be
Yeah.
displayed so all the other elves can see.
It's pretty hardcore in it.
And I'm like, whoa, that's not exactly going to inspire loyalty.
Right. So, I was thinking this exact same thing.
I think he was doing it on purpose because he actually doesn't want the elves there.
He doesn't want the elves
to
there, and he is
inspire
trying to be a
something
cunt. But
coup or something.
somebody above him has said, "We're doing the elf army thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's inspire loyalty by murdering the young and hungry people of this race that are dying out."
Yeah.
That feels like it's not going to get the job done. I don't know about you, but it's maybe not the way to go about it. I'm going to take the lead, I think, for this episode, just because I know you have detailed notes.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Like
throw
last
mine all in
week.
the bin.
Where are we? Dandelion's in prison.
Yes.
Singing to rats? He's befriended rats?
Yeah, he's making he's like, almost like he's putting on a concert, and in his mind they're singing as well.
Right.
But really it's not, and he's just annoying the guard
He's
outside.
playing with the spoons, and the song is about basically fuck the guard.
Yeah.
He calls him like a whore son, and you're an idiot whore son, and stuff like that.
I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like the song.
I like the song as
I
well.
was like, this is a banger.
I like the song way more than the Burn Butcher Burn one.
Yeah.
Way more. And the guy's like, you freaking suck, stop singing. Okay, you're not going to stop singing. I'm going for a piss. And then somehow Geralt turns up.
Yeah.
Which I felt like, again, I'm cool with Geralt going to find Dandelion, but how does he find him? We don't even know he's here.
Yeah, it's very strange how he just turns up. But Geralt does come in. He kills the guy behind the thing. And,
Or knocks him out or something.
Yeah, well, knocks him out. And I think doesn't notice. He managed to get inside the cell, and that's the only moment that he notices that.
Right.
Geralt. But Geralt immediately doesn't try to play hard to get or anything like that. He just straight away is like, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm here for you, and they just fuck it, and they hug each other. And they get it all
this
out.
bugs me. I feel like we could have spent a bunch of the time that we didn't need, like with is it Tisea, Madam Lady?
Yeah.
Professor McGonagall. We didn't need half of the stuff we had with her. We could have put it here for a meaningful relationship and had Jaskier, because he does a really good job of actually looking really hurt. Yeah. But obviously not in love in a romantic way, but they have a love relationship, and he's really been hurt. And he just sort of goes like a little simp cuck puppy dog. Okay, you're taking me back, right? And I feel like let him have a little bit of a blowout and have Geralt, who has started to show some real emotion and bonding, like he did with Ciri a couple of episodes ago, say, you're right, and I'm sorry, and that was awful, but I need you. I need your help, and you can hate me if you want to, but it's my daughter, basically. You know?
Yeah.
And then he goes, cool, fuck it, I'm your man.
I can never be mad at those.
Right, how could you say no to
yellow
those
eyes,
wolf's puppy dog eyes? You know, but there needs to be some impetus for that change. Geralt just says, I'm sorry, in his sort of way, and he gives up. And that bugged me. But then we're back to the old Jaskier Dandelion that we love, where he gentleman addresses his choir. Good job. Tones were a little bit flat, but we'll improve. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure. And I actually thought it was kind of funny. And we're back to Jaskier being like happy-go-lucky. That's the Jaskier we like. It just bugged me that he just instantly gives up. You know? Where are we now?
Is this where they go outside to have a bath?
Yeah. In fact, let's continue with this. So they I guess they leave wherever this is on their way to Sintra. Stop at a pond?
A pond near a creek, near a waterfall, near whatever.
Exactly. At which point Jaskier it's kind of funny, he tells Geralt, hold my jacket, and he just holds it. It's kind of autistic, but it's kind of funny and endearing. And then he disrobes and washes in freezing cold water.
Oh, yeah.
For reasons
unknown. The whole time I was like, something's going to pop out of the water and kill him. Something's going to come up behind him and kill him.
Right.
He's talking so much and he's shouting so much, something's going to fuck him up.
Or he could have agreed to help but still been salty. Something goes to murder him, Geralt saves his life, and then that's okay, you're a cunt, but you saved my life, call it even Stevens. No, instead, something does nearly kill him, an axe out of nowhere, for reasons.
Throw an axe at his shirt where he was about to pick up. Oh, this is much worse. Yeah.
And then it's the dwarves who recognize a friend and attack them with a throwing axe from range and nearly kill Jaskier anyway. Yeah. I freaking hate these dwarves, by the way. Well, the main guy.
The main guy was.
Who, I'm sure is a fantastic actor, but
I didn't have any feelings for them personally.
The writing for this guy is so dog. He's supposed to be abrasive but helpful, right?
Right.
He's just shit. He's just shit.
I had no feelings. There was nothing good, nothing bad about this.
The guy, he's like, oh, I need to get here. Geralt says he needs to get somewhere. He goes, normally I tell you to shit twice and die. What? But you never refuse help someone on the road. What? What? It was such a huge
was that a rule?
Change. It doesn't make any sense. But they say, we'll help you. You can have the horse, and we'll also come along because I'm bored.
Yeah, there was something here that pissed me off about this because he lost Roach in the last episode.
Yeah.
and he goes and quickly finds himself a new mare. And
I think it might have been a boy because he says you're not my usual type.
Okay, right.
So I think it's a boy horse.
He finds another horse, and I'm just like, so that's it. We're just gonna give up on Roach like that. Not even a Viking burial. Not even a few words.
We buried Kage in freaking Ghost of Tsushima. Okay,
Right?
girl, I feel like you could do the same for Roach.
We didn't get anything.
Although I think his daughter's on the line here,
Yeah.
so it's more like he's got a new car than like a new travel companion. Do you know what I mean?
I'll forget my other daughter because
My
this
other
daughter's
daughter.
dying.
My horse daughter for my human daughter.
Anyway, yeah, they just jumps on another
Right.
horse and is gone. It's like,
And they're off.
fuck Roach and all of her memories.
Fuck your memories. Where are we? Hold on. Cut to Ciri,
Yes.
who's speaking with Yen. They have like a bit of a tender moment. She says, she asks what's between Yen and Geralt, and she lists off like anger and disappointment and all that stuff. She goes, oh, so you love...
Conspicuously leaves out love.
Right. But then Ciri fills in the blank and goes, you love him too.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that can make you that angry at a person is actually being in love with them.
Yeah.
And there's sort of this pause, and I wish this had come back more in the next episode, but she says, Geralt's the father I never had. And it's really cute to actually hear them say it.
Yeah.
And I really wish it would have come from Geralt saying she's my daughter.
Yeah.
But at least we get it.
Yeah.
And they make their way to... We'll just do a bunch of this. They make their way to outside of Sintra.
Do they get there yet? I think there's a river they cross.
You're right. Good thing you've got your notes.
I was like, good. Thank God I've got my notes right here
That's
on
right.
this laptop.
Along the way, they do, like you said, they come to a river and the bridge is out.
Yes.
And Yen decides to do something no one else has done and actually teach Ciri how to do magic.
I love how she does this because it would be her doing it. But luckily she has Ciri here. And it's like, I'm not going to do it. This will be a good lesson for you.
Right.
So get your
I'm
hands
really worried
out.
they're going to make her Madam Lady in the
You
show
reckon?
because she even says in one of the episodes, teaching Ciri made me feel whole again or some shit like that. I didn't like it.
Who knows?
But yeah, basically she uses Ciri as a magic tool.
Yeah.
And says, okay, hold your hands like this and never apologize for your power.
Imagine what you want or what you need to happen
Yeah.
and then make it so. And then it says, say these words as well, and it's a bunch of elven gibberish.
Yeah, which she just remembers off the bat.
Oh,
I
one
would
saying.
have got that all wrong and destroyed
Mate,
the river.
Felipe, what?
Yeah. So
Eliwelo,
is the
what?
emphasis on the L or on the F?
Can you write down for me? I just need to write it.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Eliwelo Felipe makes this rise. Oh, yeah.
So they do the thing. The bridge starts to come up. It starts to
Yes.
mend itself. Ciri starts to bleed from her freaking eyes.
This is really disturbing, but also how quickly it goes as well. So she starts doing it, the thing starts to move, and Yen is like, go, keep going, trust yourself, trust your power. And then she starts bleeding from her eyes, and then's like, yo, this is bad.
no,
Okay, all right, no. And she's like, no, I can do this. It's like, bitch, you're bleeding from your eyes. This isn't where you're supposed to bleed
There are
from.
a couple of nice things that make Yen actually seem like she's as powerful as she is, where she says, like, trust your power, but then she also says, don't force it. Let your chaos do the work, or something like that. And it's like, that is the sort of thing like a master craftsman would say, right? You have a tool for a reason. Use the tool. Don't you do the work.
Yeah.
Which I liked. And Ciri kind of skitzes out and then they teleport.
Yeah.
And well, that's one way to do it.
Go
Right.
to the other side. And the horses go as well. I'm
Yes,
like,
they do. That was lucky.
I was like, you thought about the horses too. Cool.
Right. It's
But then she like wipes her face and it's like, that's on her pale skin, that's going to take more than that to come out.
right. That's gonna really stain. It is a bit odd, and also, where did the whole idea that magic has a cost go? Because before they had to do a spell where if learning in Aretuza, a chick does a spell in her hand like ages, then they have to use a flower, the energy from flower. Flame Guy says the reason that flame magic is banned is because it uses your soul up.
They very quickly retconned this whole thing, didn't they?
Right, and then now Ciri just...
Unless you're gifted like me, and then it doesn't cost anything.
Right. Lucky.
We've just abandoned the rule then.
Right. Exactly.
And witches can do it. There's no cost to them, other than obviously before they had to give up their life.
That's another thing as well, is like fire magic span, but they all know Igni, which is basic, but it is fire.
Still fire.
Right? What's the big difference? I don't know. I wish we had some clearer rules here.
I don't know. I think what it is, someone can let me know who's read the books. I don't think that rule about the cost of magic thing is real. And they put that in, and then they realize, oh shit, it doesn't work. It doesn't work with anything. What do we do?
I fully agree with you. We'll get up to a certain point here where they basically make it to Sintra.
Yep.
Overlooking the castle.
Yeah.
And Siri says something really interesting. She says, how can this still be here when everybody I know is gone? And it's like, it isn't home anymore is the point, you know?
Yeah.
It's sort of like home is where the heart is. The heart's been taken out of it, so it's just a place. And she can't really comprehend that it still exists as a place because it isn't home anymore. They see that the monolith is broken.
Yeah.
Yen even says, like, what happened to it? Me.
I did it. And then she's like wondering like what's going on. But then at this point, doesn't Yen go into some sort of like automatic autopilot phase or something like that?
Yeah, so what happens is in my memory, she hears the Undying Mother repeat the thing, take it to the broken black door or something like that, which we obviously take to mean the monolith. Ciri gets off her horse. Yen gets off her horse. They touch each other.
Yes.
Things come down to like this weird psychic link.
Like everything's in a bubble now. It's just them. And they have like a weird conversation.
Yeah, in which Ciri sort of learns the truth, kind of, but not really.
The way that I interpreted this scene is that when she got close enough to the black door, the monolith, the woman sort of took control of Yennefer, because at one point she sort of like leads the way, and she's almost sort of like she's like swaying a bit like that. And I'm thinking that she's got that far now. Ciri's just going to follow her into it and whatnot. And when she touched her, it was sort of like she's now talking to Yen inside her. That's kind of been put on autopilot, like she's not even in there. And then she basically confesses it all, like, oh yeah, I was told to bring you here from this thing. I didn't want to, and I don't want you to go. Go to where you feel safe, she says, or something like that.
She says something like,
do what you think.
If we ever get separated, like trust your power or some shit like that. It's weird.
Yeah,
it comes out of nowhere.
It's almost like it's like saying without saying, like, don't fucking do this, but like, I guess because the mother's listening, the Undying Mother's listening. It's a bit confusing, but
it's a lot confusing.
I got the feeling that Yen has very deep second thoughts at this point about whether or not she should do it.
Yeah.
She obviously didn't want to do it in the first place because she doesn't want to kill anyone, but she really wants her power back.
I think she also says, she tries to explain, once that link breaks, she says, I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
Or maybe she says that to Geralt, but the basic idea is she was going to take some random girl there, but then she didn't realise what she was and who she was to Geralt.
That's what she says. Yeah, I didn't know what you meant to him.
Yeah,
and it's like, we have to leave here. We have to find Geralt. And she's like, I don't trust you. And rightfully so. You almost tried to take me away. And
causes a crack.
Causes another crack from that shout.
Yeah.
And it's like crossed now this time.
Yeah.
And then what happens there?
So that crack causes the guards on the wall at Sintra to notice them, and they send out some dudes. Luckily, it only takes 30 seconds for them to do that and to get there.
Yeah.
At which point
they flee, don't they?
They try to run away, and Yen decides, I'll pick up a branch to fight these 7 armored professional soldiers on horseback. Doesn't really work. Oh no!
Oh no! I'm about to die. She gets held by 2 of them. Luckily, out of nowhere though.
Sing!
And Geralt just comes in and unleashes a can of whoop-ass.
He does, and a half can of dwarfs.
Exactly, those 2 as well. And just slices up a whole bunch of people.
Slices and dices, awesome. Yeah. It's pretty good. Awesome. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
But the coolest thing in the world happens there.
Yes. Take it away.
Is this the...
Refer to your notes.
Is this... yeah, 1 second. Let me just have a look right there. Wait,
they defeat... It's still in episode 6.
It's episode 6, yeah. Okay.
They defeat the guys.
Yeah.
Yen tries to go towards Ciri and sing sword across the neck.
He's sort of like, he doesn't even look. He's just like, he's looking this way at the people he just killed, and Yen comes up behind. He just pulls up his sword like that, holds up against the neck.
Right.
And it's like, you are not going anywhere.
Right.
Oh, like, boy.
Take Ciri to Kermoran. I've got to deal with something. No, I'm not leaving you. You can't come where I'm going.
Yeah.
What do you know? What did you say? I got to slay a monster or kill a demon?
I've got a monster to kill.
I've got a monster to kill.
Oh,
yeah.
no, I was like, is it talking about Yen? Yeah. Oh.
For a bit of me was like, no, maybe it is Yen. And then I was like, there's no way he's talking about the Undying Mother. There's no way.
I didn't think he was talking about the Undying Mother for it. I was like, maybe he means someone else, but that is a clever way of saying it because
for Yen,
she's
yeah.
got. All right, guys, what are you saying there?
And I was like, that's bold. Killing Yen.
Yeah.
Like, that's bold.
Like, she made a mistake. Come on now.
Right.
She's not got any magic. Come on now.
But then instead, Yen sort of says the apology, like, I didn't know what she meant to you, sort of thing. And he goes, just say the thing. And so she starts saying the...
something of the hut,
yeah,
whatever it is.
exactly that.
I didn't understand this fully because is this like a way to break your contract with the woman or something?
He wants to get to the hut.
Oh, right. So he
wants to kill
there.
the monster. Yeah, it's the way to get there to seal to pay off the bill or whatever, right?
I see.
But in the meantime, while all this is happening, Fringilla's dealing with other stuff.
Yeah.
She's dealing with the generals. She's dealing with Francesca, the elf mage, who, now that she's got a baby, does not want to be part of a war. She wants to rebuild.
She turned fucking 180 on her, didn't
Like
she?
that.
She was probably like, there's a time where it's like, hey, you know, like we're friends and whatnot. There are guys that aren't showing up for training, etc., etc. And she goes, it's like, I value our friendship. It's like, it's really great. But family
By the way, fuck off.
is an unbreakable bond. And that means more to me than anything you got, bitch. And I'm just like, you don't have to trash this friendship you got.
Well, and also, the whole deal is about, like, you getting Sintra, which is a big ask, is that you're going to help, you're going to basically work it off. And you agreed because of the baby to, like, you know, secure your future. That's why you're going to war, to secure the future so that you can rebuild afterwards.
So dumb.
And then Fringilla sort of disappears.
Yeah.
We go away. Then in the night, an assassin comes.
Yes.
And shanks up the baby North London style. It's pretty fucking
This was
hardcore.
fucking heartless, bro.
It's hardcore.
When I saw it, I was like, I didn't know who it was, and I was like, Jesus, is that like I thought that, because it happened around about the exact same time that they went to the hut, and then that Undying Mother left and
Yes,
whatnot.
it's very close.
And I was thinking that maybe these promises that the Undying Mother gave out, once she knew that it couldn't be fulfilled, sort of took them all back.
Yeah.
And like magically went there in the night and killed the baby or something like that. And I was like, yo, that's heartless. This is going to grab the popcorn moment. All right, here we go, boys.
It seems like the wishes she grants are sort of like, you know, they're cursed. So it's sort of like, you know, the legend of a monkey paw, where like you wish to, it's like the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold, except you can't control it. So you touch your kid and they turn to gold and they're dead.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's like a gift comes with an equal curse sort of thing.
Because it happened all at the same time. Like
That's
Fringilla's
very
thing just
similar,
got fucked up, and then her thing got fucked up, and then she left that prison that she's in. I was like, oh my god, was it her?
Also, it's the killing of this baby makes everything kick off. So Fringilla decides, I'm going to stop being this sort of led around a bit and start being the hardcore bitch that I was in the first season.
Yeah.
She goes and, I thought she did this with magic, and I wish she had, because instead it's with like Nightshade. Like, why do they all stop? And then once they're dead, why would they stay there?
It makes no sense. It was good to look at for a second.
It would have made sense if she did it like Gaunter Dim style.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been cool if she was like,
they all drink a potion, they all stay dead still, and I'm like, all right, maybe I can buy that bit, maybe. But then, like, when you stab them, the blood's no longer in their muscles and whatnot and everything. They're gonna fall to the ground, but they seem to don't. It was brutal the way she was doing it.
I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it.
Gentle stab in the eye, gentle slit of the throat, shove up the chin. I was like, right.
So this bitch is hardcore.
Yeah.
And then she goes to Bullsack guy here, and she's like,
got the knife in her hands, like, but I actually need you to tell the White Flame about what I've done.
So when he arrives, rave. And you're like, damn, you're hardcore, Fringilla. That is the point where, that is my most favourite scene of Fringilla.
Yeah.
By a long, long, long way.
Yeah.
Because she's playing exactly the role she's supposed to, which is ultimately the person that's in charge, reminding everybody that she's in charge, except for like the Emperor. Cold, calculating, basically made it so that she murdered these guys that are all in her way, and made it so, actually, no, Kahir, you killed them because I uncovered their treachery, and you're going to tell Amir, the Emperor, exactly that. I really enjoyed that scene.
It was good. It was good. Just
Except
the,
that they
the
did
magic thing didn't understand.
She should have made it magic.
Yeah.
You know, she should have come in and said, you know, I could have done this with poison. I could have done this with potions. But instead I felt like flexing.
Yeah.
Don't forget who I am. And then, like, you all get to watch me kill you while I'm making you stand still. Like, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But so the death of the mage baby, elf baby, kicks off a lot more suffering as well.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the Undying Mother feeds on suffering.
Yes.
So when Yen says the hut, take me to the forest, hut, whatever, they get there just in time to see that she's like had her fill.
She's had her fill of all the suffering and
which
whatnot.
I feel like one dead baby and a few dead generals, in comparison to the sort of suffering this chick would have got when she was like free, isn't that much. She's
personally,
like a great demon, is how she's portrayed.
This whole thing was a bit fishy for me because it was
agree.
convenient timing. It's like, because she's apparently imprisoned by the first ever witches that were ever
They
made.
were created,
right?
so like the first witches and the first witcher or witchers were specifically asked to get rid of this chick.
Yeah. And they must have... Did they put like a suffering counter on the side of the safe that she was in? Where it's like, once you fill this meter,
Click,
then you
unlock.
can go...
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't really make sense. And then coincidentally, the moment that Geralt's going to go there, that's enough suffering.
leaves,
I'm gone now, see you later. You don't make a... I mean, I'm not exactly a witch or a mage or anything like that. You don't make a spell with a thing. It's like, but if you get enough suffering, then we'll
Yeah, I
let
feel
you
like
out.
if I'm trying to imprison someone forever, I don't put a lock on the door. It's a forever that I just wreck them in.
Yeah, it's very strange. Anyway, it helped the plot of the story to continue.
Yeah,
that
kinda.
She escapes at that moment, and then you see like the embers fly off
And
and
goes
whatnot.
into Siri straight away.
Yeah, he goes out. She's running away, and they fly straight into Siri, and that's the end of the episode. I think. Right?
That I do believe is it.
All right. Episode 8. I'll tell you what, because you've done so great, I'll do a bit.
You're
of
going to
notes
refer to your notes.
I'll
this
refer
time.
to my
Okay,
notes
okay,
this time.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So episode 8, Siri wakes up in Sintra, the old Sintra.
That's right.
Before all of the bombings.
That's
It was
right.
like, oh my god, what's happened?
Did you say bombings?
I said bombings as if like it's World War II. Oh, we're dropping bombs down on here,
Mouse
guys.
shot. Where are the air raid sirens?
After the siege, I would say. And Mousecrack is there.
He is.
Oh, Princess Cirilla, you're sleeping in once again.
Doesn't he do a full name as well, like from when they do it in the game?
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you're sleeping in again. Oh, you've got people have been waiting for you. The knighting ceremony. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
And she's like, oh my god, Mousecrack,
It's
you're
the day
alive.
of the big ball.
Yeah. And then we discover that in the real world, not in this imagination world, Siri is actually still under the influence of this Undying Mother.
Yeah.
And she's walking through Kaer Morhen. She's
Yeah,
walking through the armory, and she sees that ceremonial blade thing.
Isn't
they
that
had.
the blade they used to imprison her in the first place? It's something like that.
And I think that's why she picked it up,
Yeah,
because it
it's
was like
ironic,
this is the thing,
yeah.
and it was like- she picks it up. Yeah. Geralt rushes back to Kaer Morhen, giving Yennefer the cold shoulder all the way
Well,
there.
also, it feels like they're 20 minutes away, because it feels like Yen is trying to continue the conversation they just had.
Yeah. If this was like 3-hour journey, you think you would have dropped it.
Isn't
by
it
now.
like it took them a week to get from the battle at Sodden to... Right?
There's a bit of a time disparity,
Yeah.
right? They get back and Geralt's just like, cold shoulder, I'm not talking to you. And it's like, Geralt, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what's going on. But he just doesn't let up. Like, it's like, what's going on. She goes, look, the power that she's got, the power that she radiates, it made me see, like, we need to protect her. And he's like, I need to protect her.
Yeah. I like that bit a lot.
Guy, bitch. I ain't no simp. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, and she also tells Geralt that it's not it's not suffering, it's like personal pain. It's individual people suffering because of her that she feeds on, not just like suffering as a world thing, like which is important for how they'll combat her later.
Yeah. Anyway, you cut then to Ciri, one by one, going into one of the witches'
That's
rooms,
hardcore.
killing them in their sleep, slitting their throats, stabbing them in the chest.
And enjoying it as well. Again, feeding off the pain that she's causing. Yeah.
Exactly. And then she gets to Vesemir's room. Daddy Vesemir, sound asleep.
I gotta be honest, I was thinking, okay, we were gonna kill off Yen, now we're gonna kill off Vesemir. It's ambitious.
Oh god, this is not great.
Also, they did kill Eskel.
Yeah.
So, like, are they really gonna do this?
Are they gonna pull a Game of Thrones season 1 and just chop
Yeah.
off Ned's head?
right, exactly.
And we're like,
Spoilers.
oh, what's gonna? Sorry, yeah, sorry, I spoiled it all for you. Don't worry, I'll spoil the ending for you. It's shit.
Yeah, it is.
She's just about to put the blade to his neck, and Geralt comes running in. Vesemir,
Mate, Geralt's timing.
impeccable.
Yeah. Well, also, so like she hears the footsteps and goes to hide in a corner.
Yeah.
Geralt comes in. Vesemir wakes up. They all realize Ciri's there. Oh god, she's here.
Someone in a black robe went and killed the other
Right.
witches. It's like, how did you escape? It's like, I screamed. It's like,
And there's no damage.
no damage.
Didn't wake Vesemir. Basically, Geralt immediately clocks that's not his daughter.
He's straight up, and then
Yeah,
he's
he's like,
just
"What do you want?"
What do you want?
Yeah.
What's funny is that no one else clocks it. Like, even Yennefer's just like, oh, you're here. Okay, we'll go warn the others and whatnot.
Right.
And Geralt's just laser focused. He's like,
What do you want? How can give me my daughter back, basically.
I've known my daughter for all of one winter.
Right. We went to a rapist's house together, okay? With his murderer girlfriend.
Right?
That is a bond of trust you cannot break easily.
You are not her. It's actually more just he's a fucking great fucking detective.
He's a great
he knows
witcher.
It.
Yeah,
he
like
knows, something don't smell right around it.
right. I gotta say, it brings me back to like season 1 where he's talking to Foltest and figures out who the daughter is.
Yeah.
That like he's reading those like micro expressions on the face, the words that are picked when he pokes in an area, how tender is it, that kind of thing. So again, Geralt is a master of like human psychology and stuff because it could mean his life. It definitely means his pay.
Yeah.
And he knows that this isn't her story doesn't make sense. She's acting strangely, like something's not right here. You know?
Yeah. She then like gets out of there. She does give a slash to Geralt's face on the side of him like that, and he gives this look of shock, as if like he was just slapped by the woman he loves. It's like,
Right. How could this giant, great demon, eater of evil and babies and stuff, possibly have shanked me?
can't believe
Who's
it.
killed multiple witches just now?
That's not very ladylike, is it?
How could she?
I was like,
She's
what?
a mother.
Run after her, bro. So what are you doing?
Just seeing like, owie, that really hurt.
Oh, that's a bit of blood right there.
That's gonna.
Can someone get me some? I'm just gonna make up something like some peppermint herbs or something like that.
Wart I need a week in a cot.
Anyway, we then cut to Vesemir. He's checking on the other witches, and he can see like some of them have been killed, and he's
Yeah.
obviously mourning their death for a moment. But then he's had enough. Immediately, he's like, "I know what needs to be done. This is enough bloodshed." Takes one of the black potions again.
The only potion they have, and then he goes, "Go get all the elixirs you can find, because there's only the one that we make."
Just one of them. And he's like, "We're gonna go after
Just to
Ciri."
kill her, basically.
They all leave. He leaves. He goes down there, charging away, and Geralt spots him, and he's like, "No, I know what you're thinking. This isn't what we do." And he even says, "Witchers don't kill out of fear.
Yeah.
They do it to save lives." And I mean, Vesemir's point is that he wants to kill her so he can save the rest of everyone else here.
Yeah.
I get it. You got this attachment, but he's got a point as well.
Right.
All right.
But he does talk him into. He's like, "Give me one chance to like save Ciri. Let me get Ciri out. We'll transfer the thing, then we can kill her."
Yeah.
Like he's not against killing the Undying Mother. It's like Ciri doesn't need to die for us to do this. We can
Yeah.
save Ciri,
She's important.
and it's worth doing. You know. And Geralt, Vesemir's a real strange mix this episode, where like he wants to do a thing, but then he'll defer to Geralt, but then he changes his mind, but then he defers to Geralt, but then he's going to do it anyway, and it doesn't work. And then he goes, "I'm sorry, Geralt, I should have listened to you."
I think there was supposed to be a bigger emphasis on his internal struggle of what's been going on, because he's losing because multiple times he looks at the people that are dying, all of his sons essentially that he's losing, but it's not communicated very well.
I agree.
I had to read into the lines to see, he's really on the inside arguing with this point of whether or not he should listen, and that's why it's happening and whatnot, but it needs to be communicated.
This episode I found frustrating because initially I didn't like Vesemir.
Yeah.
Then I changed my mind on him, especially the stuff with Ciri where he's going to do the mutagen thing and then doesn't. And like that, where he's looking away, that internal struggle. It's clearly stuff's going on in his head when Geralt arrives. And then we're back to that original Vesemir that just thinks he knows best, but then will defer to Geralt even though he's definitely knows more than Geralt.
Yeah.
It's a bit bizarre. It's a bit bizarre.
Then what happens? We're doing kind of then we cut to the elves at Nilfgaard, and they think that the mage that killed their child,
Francesca.
They think someone else killed her. Oh no, wait, no. The what's the guy's name?
Dara.
No. The Dara says that the guy with the bald mage guy, Dijkstra. Yes,
he's
Dijkstra.
not a mage, but
is he?
No, he's not.
Okay, whatever.
He's just a spy. Yeah.
So they think that Dijkstra is the one that ordered the kill on the thing. And it's like, why would he do that? It's like, why have they always done it? Because they were the shape of our ears and whatnot.
Yeah, they don't need an excuse. We're different.
Exactly. So they decide that's it. Like, humans are the worst, and we're gonna have to find retribution.
The only possible way to make this right, I'm gonna head downtown somewhere and do like the biblical thing, put marks on all these doors, and then pick a moment and kill all the babies in the town.
It was quite
pretty dark.
She goes like one by one, and you can see one of the babies gets the mark on their chest and one, almost like, okay, the connection's been made. She does a 2 or 3 more, and they say like, we need justice. One of the elves tries to talk her out of it. It's like, I know that you've lost something. I understand what you're going through, but this is too far. You can never understand what I've gone through. As a mother, you can never understand. And then while all the babies are crying all in unison from all the pain that they're suffering,
silence.
Screaming,
it's a really well done scene. It's a really well done scene that makes very little sense and has no apparent meaning in this season.
In this season, it seems like she just did it out of pure anger.
Now, one thing that, coming back to that whole thing with Madam Lady, where they get the distracting news about the baby being born, I think it's Stregobor does say they could be raising an enemy that will live for hundreds of years. So maybe they intend these elves to be villains or a force for moving the story in season 3.
Yeah.
But as of right now, this scene felt kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Very cool in a very dark way.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. It just felt out of place. Also, she's with so many armed guards. Basically, it looks like a mini army.
Yeah. Who
before were just peasants. I don't know, man. Something's not.
It didn't set anything up. That's the problem with it. If it has potential to set something up, but if they'd set something up and left it on a cliffhanger, then we'd be like, that's because that's going to be answered in the next one. But they didn't do that. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it was very cool. We then cut back to Kaer Morhen, where Yen is going to try and make some potions. Apparently, that's what she does best. Apparently, I thought it was her magic, but whatever. And she's with Jesker as well, and Jesker's separated. He goes, take this red stone thing. Apparently, it does separation of heat and whatever it is.
But then it turns right's wrong, but it's not used at all.
It's not used in the end, so I don't really understand what the deal is there. Anyway,
I think it's a metaphor. And I really feel like she should have just said, yo, tell Geralt.
Yeah.
Don't fight her. She feeds on it.
Yeah.
Find another way without violence.
Yeah. We cut to Ciri after searching the whole place. They find her in the main hall in front of the tree with all the Witcher medallions. I don't know if you noticed, one of the Witcher medallions was the Witcher medallion that I've got.
Yes, I don't think they can see. Oh, they can kind of see it.
Kind of want to see it.
The OG, the one that we see on like Geralt and stuff.
Exactly, in the game.
I like that, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of the ones that we see a lot.
I think I would have been fine seeing, like, if I had not seen this one, I'd only seen that would have been fine. But because I've seen this one, it's so cool. Yeah. I'm like, yes. And seeing it in the movie, in the show, I was like, why didn't you use that one?
Also, question: she goes up to the tree. all the Medallions go, oh no, this bitch bad.
Oh, I'm scared.
None of the other witches, including Vesemir, who we see wearing it, don't react to it at all.
No.
So I am a confusion.
Confusion. She goes there, and we then get another shot of Ciri being trapped inside her mind.
Yep.
And she seems to know it's not real, but because it's so nice, and because she's had a months now of just constant pain and suffering, and like moving from place to place, she kind of embraces it. She sees her grandmother there, and she's got mouse crack nearby, and she's in the central hall. There's dancing, there's food. It's all great.
It's almost like the real life seems like a really bad dream she was just having, and she's got huge deja vu, but like, oh wait, this is the thing, and she's glad to see everyone, and it's like, it's a warm lie, isn't it? It feels nice, but like maybe deep down she knows it's not real, and she keeps trying to like press, but then she starts getting answers for like, she dances with a mouse crack at one point. She's like, will you tell me about my bloodline? Oh, don't worry about it. No, I need to know. Okay, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
Which is something she didn't get before. So it's like, it's keeping her there. I do wish we would have got a bit of a better response from Ciri.
Yeah.
Because it feels like she had this huge growth arc, and then she just sort of goes to sleep, you know? And I think it would have been better if she'd pushed the Undying Mother out.
Yeah, it would have been better that way, right? Like
Right.
it was a forceful thing, because at one point it looked like she was like, breaking up the dream, but then if she like screamed on the inside and it just pushed her out.
Yeah,
something
I
like
agree.
that.
I would have liked to have heard Geralt sort of talking to her, like, come back to me, we're family. And then for Ciri to like, parents say, don't go, stay with us, and then her to like scream, like, it's not real. Like the way she said, I didn't trust you, and it's the trust that breaks the ground. So it's not real, and like break the dream and push the Undying Mother. I would have way preferred that, and would have given Ciri some autonomy.
We'll mention that a little bit more when we get to that, but anyway. So yeah, on the outside, the weird thing is,
The weird
so we cut to, we're in Kaer Morhen, witches. Oh yeah, they all see her. They're like, okay, she's in here. They all surround her, and they all pull out their swords, and they all like prepare for like,
and axes and stuff, which isn't the Witcher tool. It bugs me.
But they pull out their axes and swords, and they all prepare for a battle. And she screams and splits the tree in the middle of the thing open,
Gasp!
revealing a monolith.
Gasp!
OMG, a monolith is there. How did we not know this?
For literal centuries.
Exactly. And then she screams again, which breaks up the monolith into those tiny pieces of like stellarcite.
Yep.
And then we have a really cool shot, I think.
It was a very cool shot, yeah.
Those pieces go flying towards the witches. First one, unfortunately, isn't quick enough to react and gets hit, but then Geralt and the rest of them...
No, I think it's the other way around. They all get Quen up,
I think
and then
the
they
first
come
one,
back.
The first one definitely gets hit. It definitely goes both ways, and it does hit the ones on the back. So the first one gets hit, but then Geralt puts up his Quen, the bunch of them put up their Quen, and then there's this cool, like, slow motion shot
It
going
looks really
backwards.
good,
I was like, oh, that looks so good.
It did look very cool.
And it goes, but then it comes back and takes two out on the the rewind as well, and then forms like behind her in this like whirlwind of stellarcite, and then two like massive basilisk stellarcite motherfuckers come
She
out.
just summons dinosaurs.
I know, just out of nowhere, right? And these witches are like, what kind of basilisks are they? I'll tell you once I kill it. Whoa!
Yeah.
And they all go to battle.
Here's something that bugs me a little bit. I understand that Geralt is like the most Witcher of witches.
Yeah.
I get that. But he isn't like Superman to a regular Joe.
I mean, he is Superman, but not in this.
But not Geralt.
Yeah.
Right? So Geralt just takes out the alpha one in a couple of moves and does it fairly easily. And two of the little beta ones take on all the rest of the witches, murder like 6 of them, and barely get got, you know?
Yeah, they get some hits and some damage in there, but those things rip off heads, rip off faces, kill a lot of the few of the other witches.
Yeah.
But Geralt manages to take on one of the bigger ones. So like, let me go through the thing. So they're fighting. Some of them are dying. Vesemir sees some of his boys. What they do is they build up like a barrier. So Geralt and Ciri the Undying Mother Ciri can talk inside this bubble, and she can't escape.
Yeah, it's Earden, the sign, or I think they say it differently to the
They
way I say it.
they said it that way, but I was like, isn't that like the? I mean,
It's the one
it
on the
looks
ground,
different.
but it's a diff. Also, we've seen it used a couple of times in the show, and it's different every time.
Yeah, on the door when the Eskel was gonna escape.
Yep.
Really strange. Anyway, lock him in there, and he does like try to defend himself and try and fight and whatnot, but he does sort of get through to her, and this is the first time he starts to realize that maybe talking to her, maybe trying to get Ciri to come out,
I think it's
is the best way to do this.
Jaskia's been here the whole time, and he says, "Ciri, no, Geralt, Yen told me to tell you about Jasper or something." And he's like, "Oh, Jasper, yeah, my good mate. Oh, wait, rights, wrongs, change the thing, back to front. Let's not fight her. Let's talk."
Yeah,
It's a bit cryptic.
yeah.
Like, Yen, come on, what are you doing? These are simple guys.
While they're there, Vez does see the guys are taking a beating on the side from these basilisks.
And basically, one by one, the two witches, Vesemir and the other guy, leave and drop the Earden to go and help.
And leave them there. They start going over. Vez sees, again, looks at the body of one of the guys down there, and is just like, no, I need to put an end to this, otherwise all of my boys are going to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Goes running over to where Geralt and Ciri are standing, goes to like take a slash, but Geralt with his amazing reflexes again is like block backwards with a bit
Isn't
of
it Quen he uses to block it?
Yeah, a bit of Quen, and then he pulls out his sword and stops that way. And I forget how he stops him after that. He just says,
he doesn't. He misses. So basically, Vesemir's like, he calls Geralt Wolf a bunch of times. He's like,
yes,
we got to stop this. Shanks Ciri.
I think he does that after. Tell me how you see it. And
the way I remember it is he shanks Ciri, and then Geralt's like, no, please, look, let me save her. And he's like, it's too late. We have to end it. And then the wound heals, and they realize, like, this is not going to work. And Vesemir sort of realizes, we can't kill her like that. It's not going to work. I was wrong. We have to talk to her.
I think I remember it slightly different, but it's basically the same outcome, and I think I'll just wrap it into how I think it happened.
If yours is better, tell it.
I don't think it's better. It's just another way of saying it. So they're oh god, hold on, phone's ringing. So yeah, they're in that he blocks them, but then she summons like the big alpha basilisk. Geralt gets forced outside and destroys it with like one hit, splits its mouth into like 4 pieces.
It was a very pleasing scene.
Very pleasing.
It just sort of felt odd to everything that's going on.
Thrown off of the edge, and then he notices like, oh, I need to get back to Ciri, and that's when Vesemir like sees his opening, and he goes in with the smaller blade, and then he doesn't get there in time, stabs her. He then stops Vesemir afterwards and says like, Wolf, but it doesn't seem to affect her. She manages to like just do some like magic and heal herself,
including the dress, which I didn't like.
I mean, I can heal dresses as well, you know. All while they're having Ciri's having that mind prison thing going on, where she's imagining her parents, she's imagining her grandmother and everything like that, and she's in her perfect world. All these compelling reasons to stay in this world and to not leave. It's quite hard for her at that moment. Then they realize that hate and pain is everything that she's feeding off. So they stop. They're like, no, everyone stop. This is how she's getting stronger. And then they all just stop, and Geralt tries to get through to Ciri. Ciri, if you're in there, you're strong. You can do this. Then one of the other witches says, hey, look, hey, girl, we're waiting for you out here. You can do this. Come on, we're going to need to be together. We need to be a family. And Vesemir starts going, it's like, I was wrong about you. And it gets worse and worse. Inside, you can see the world is breaking up and stuff.
I kind of like that scene.
It was good.
Yeah.
Family. It's finally the bit that you were saying, like, they accept her and whatnot.
Except they've been cunts the entire time. There's no way they feel this way about her. But okay, and
this is the point where Yen's like,
she realizes that the Undying Mother can't just leave. She needs a vessel, has to go somewhere.
Yes. And this is the part I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense, that's why.
So Yen drops her potion on the floor. She cracks it on the floor.
The thing that's going to get rid of the Undying Mother that they need to get her out.
She takes it, and she's like, the reason why is because she needs another vessel. We need to give her another vessel. Slits her wrist and points it towards her. And then the Undying Mother is just compelled to go into her?
Because, like...
To leave the Elder Blood child that she's been searching for.
Who has the power of the universe basically in her hands. It doesn't make any sense. If she'd have done the potion, been like, why isn't it working? Force feed the potion. Why isn't it working?
Oh, she needs a vessel.
She needs a vessel. Cool. Yeah. But I don't get why she cuts her wrists either. She could just go, yo, I'll be the vessel.
It's like, I need a broken vessel, a vessel that's dying. I didn't make any sense. I was like, why is she compelled to leave such a powerful vessel?
I'll give you one thing. they say elder blood interchangeably
Yeah.
with elves.
Yeah.
In a weird way. I don't think elf blood is the same as elder blood, but like they're in some way related. And Yen is part elf. So maybe that she's like part elder or whatever the frick. That's like a reason. But there's no reason for the Undying Mother to leave unless we're saying that Ciri sort of is pushing her out, but we don't see that at all.
Yeah.
We just see her not accepting the lie. We don't see that being... Like, just because she's not willingly imprisoned doesn't mean she's not imprisoned.
Because she knew that it was a lie before.
Right.
Like, she was going along with it because she was happy, but she didn't.
It's very
She knew.
unusual.
It was strange anyway. Anyway, she goes into Yennefer's body, and it takes, like, a moment to, like, sort of take control or to fully in there and whatnot. And
So he falls
in that
asleep and
time,
then wakes up.
Geralt's like, straight away, we can't explain, but you need to do this thing where you need to
There's
summon
no
a portal to get
If
rid
you-
of this.
If you can summon a portal to bring monsters here, then you can do it backwards and summon a portal and send a monster away.
Innit? I need you to do it now to send him to another sphere. It's like,
It's okay, I trust you though. Okay, I'll do it. And then she does.
She does, and then something strange happens because, like, I thought the idea was that we're gonna throw Yen in the portal and then like close it, see you later, don't look at
Right.
the explosion.
Yeah.
But they don't. It seems like they were like, okay, let's. And now Yen's getting sucked in, and then Geralt grabs Yen as if like, no, you're not going.
Right.
I was like, was the thing gonna be pulled out of her or something like that? I don't know.
It's a very good question, and it isn't answered at all.
What happens is they all get pulled into it. And
Well,
they all
only
get
them
thrown
three.
in. Only them three.
None
that's
of the
it.
witches that are right next to them. Yeah.
They all get pulled into the portal, and they got sucked into what looks like Mars.
Yes. Luckily, it all gets much easier here.
Ah, exactly.
Because here, the Undying Mother's like, aha, I'm free, and leaves.
yeah, she just immediately leaves. It's like, I no longer need a vessel.
Leaves for funsies.
Yeah.
And then, oh gasp, horseman, the wild hunt.
The wild hunt on the way, and they say something that's like elder blood girl, child of elder blood, something like that. It's like, join us, join the hunt.
And then the Undying Mother becomes the leader of the wild hunt.
Yeah, it was strange. She just sort of summoned, materialized as a horse and person riding. No, wait, does she materialize as the leader of the wild
It's
hunt?
one of them.
Oh, I thought it was one of them. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. As like one of the horsemen, whatever the fuck it is. And then
That's not a thing. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. And then they're like, gasp, Ciri, quick. And she does. And then they do. And they're gone.
and they're back
I
when
mean, that's all you can say, right? Do the thing. And then she does. And then it happens. And it is.
yeah.
And then they're back. And then Vesemir's like, I'm sorry, Wolf. I should have listened to you. Because everybody's dead. And if I'd listened to you, everybody wouldn't be dead. Even though we did do your plan for a while. And everybody died in it.
The only takeaway after this, the only thing that happened really is that Yen got her powers back. I'm guessing because the
Yeah, when did that happen?
Well, I think because the Undying Mother went into her body and healed her wounds, and I'm guessing what they're trying to say is that her losing her power was like a wound inside her.
Yeah,
and
they
it
do
healed
say
her
a bunch
as
of
well.
times not every wound can be seen or something. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
And she,
Although
I'm guessing
surely
she
does-
regained it.
Ultimately, she does deliver Ciri to the Undying Mother.
Yeah.
Why didn't she get her powers back then? Anyway, she has
got-
her powers back now.
She got
That's
her powers
lucky.
back now, and she starts healing some of the witches and whatnot. And it's like, yeah,
And
don't
she's
worry,
like,
you're cool.
Oh, I have my power back. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm glad you're alive, but I'm so happy.
I'm so happy that I'm so happy. Yeah, and then we have that scene with Professor McGonagall and
She
the
puts her head on
Brotherhood things
Ciri
and whatnot.
and anyone protecting her.
Anyone
Which
who
little does she
protects
know
her.
is her daughter, who's not her daughter, Yen, who she really cares about, because we were told she really cares about her now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then we cut to the elves who are on their way out. They're on their way in the forest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they pick up one of Yen's old boyfriends, one of the many.
Istrid, yeah.
And he's like, yo, it's like, what are you doing? Let me go. And they're like, oh, this
We're gonna-
spy and whatnot.
we caught him snooping. We're going to kill him.
We can't
Aight.
trust you. We're going to kill you. And whatnot.
And then he
You're-
says-
you're a human.
He says something in Elvish about Ciri being elder blood.
Yeah, it's like,
Except he knows exactly who she is because he uncovered it with that random lawyer that has all the books.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he say she's this thing?
I think, I don't know if they know fully about all of the lineage, rather than the prophecy of the I don't know. They know of the elder blood prophecy.
Yeah.
And that name means something to them, as in, like that's the prophecy is like
the warrior or whatever it was
will be from this this bloodline and whatnot, and that's essentially what saves his life. They're like, hold on, you know about this? It's like, who is that? It's like, that's the prophecy being fulfilled. That's how we save our people. Like, the person who's going to save us all.
Yeah.
Like,
then we cut to is it Dijkstra?
Yes. And the owl finally turns into a person.
I freaking called it, innit?
You did.
I swear, but we don't. She's not named, is she?
Philippa, they say.
Do they call her Philippa?
Yeah. He says.
Oh,
Philippa.
yeah, Philippa Eilhart, right?
Yeah.
Eilhart, something like that.
Iron Heart.
Yeah.
But he actually says it, and then I was like, aha! All along.
Got it. I totally got her name wrong every single time I said it. But
we're like, Amelia. Oh, no, that's not
the
it.
one with the freaking diamond eyes, and the rubies anyway. Also, I'm going to be a fan.
Fine.
See?
Fine.
God damn it.
She didn't have her afro out, but I'm sure she
That's
does.
right.
get
Oh,
it.
mate. Ooh.
Then it'd be great.
Damn. I'm in love.
But I love how it's like, she can turn into an owl, therefore she must be dressed in owl attire.
Right.
Everything is owl
She looks
related.
owly and druidy.
Claws, she's got feathers everywhere.
Yeah, she has a finger claw. I'm like, it's a little heavy.
A little
heavy-handed.
It's like, you can turn into an owl. We don't. I turn into a wolf. I must wear wolf's clothing.
Also, it bugged me that they call Geralt Wolf. And
Yeah.
he's known as the White Wolf, but no one calls him Wolf. It's not a name. It's like a title. No one calls him Wolf. And then there's like the final scene where Ciri, Geralt, and Yen are all talking about how everybody knows who she is.
Yeah.
They have to leave, and it's not because of what Vesemir did. It's because like it won't be safe, and everybody's going to be looking for her.
Yeah.
And then Geralt sort of goes, the one thing that I don't get.
Oh, before we go to that, can I say these things?
Go.
So he's like, they go back to Kenmore, and then they have a good old good time, like all them
They have
together.
a barbecue and stuff, yeah.
Geralt says like, you did make good, but I don't forgive you, Yen, for what you did.
Yeah.
And he says that you're gonna train Ciri in the ways of magic because she hasn't responded to anyone but you. So that's gonna be your job from now on. That's how you're gonna,
by the way,
repay your debt
with the experimental technique of teaching her
exactly. Yes,
magic.
Because I was saying, I don't think Triss ever did any actual teaching.
She didn't do shit. She had her reading books and stuff.
And she did one time where she touched her head and looked into her memories and then got scared, and that was
Right.
it.
Also, no, I do feel like we can ignore Triss. Triss isn't a character
feel
anymore.
like so she's
I
done.
really do think, and this isn't a beef because I have problems with the casting and stuff like that. Triss's character could very easily have been written out of this entire show, and it wouldn't make a difference. Like she can now not be a character. She hasn't done anything really good, I mean, like to stand out. Geralt stands out. Jaskier stands out. Yen stands out. Ciri stands out. Vesemir stands out. Some of the witches here and there are at least important that they're there.
Yeah.
There's no reason for Triss to have been in any of this. I think you don't even need a character there. You can just have the story develop in certain ways.
Yeah.
So we don't need her anymore. She's not functioning like the Triss we know from the games, and I don't think she's not canon. She's not in the books. Like, let's just stop having her.
Hey, maybe season 3 they'll
Yeah,
drop
and
her
that's
entirely.
not, by the way, a beef with the actress. Like,
Yeah.
it's a beef with the writing. This
They haven't
writing
made her
of,
important.
she doesn't matter.
Yeah. And Geralt has figured out that the monoliths are portals, essentially. He's saying portals to other spheres, they call them, other worlds.
Do you take this to be worlds or like dimensions?
I took it as worlds.
Okay.
That's what I take. I thought it was like literal spheres and
Yeah.
whatnot. Anyway, spheres and the witch, and like you said, this is the part where you was going to say, like, the witch knew about Ciri because she was there at the conjunction.
Yeah.
There since the conjunction. But what I can't figure out is that, how did Nilfgaard know?
Yeah, Nilfgaard knew before anyone else.
How?
Gasp.
And then we cut to the very final scene.
Emir arrives. We see his back. I thought if you didn't know, this was fairly obvious, to be honest.
I actually didn't know. I was
You
completely...
do know from the game.
Do you know what? I blanked on the game. I was like completely... Because they were walking slow, and I was like, okay, this is going to be a big reveal, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And they're like walking slowly, and they're like, we did all of this for you, White Flame. We were in your service.
Oh,
It's like,
so also, by the way, the plan to get Fringilla back in the good graces is to say that they did all this stuff and that they killed the baby to manipulate the elves into playing into their hands.
which is a good thing for the White Flame. It's very good. Very loyal.
Gotta
right
love
there.
a baby killer.
And then he's like, puts his hand up, and you see the ring and whatnot. And I was like, oh, I recognize that ring from the game. All right, let's see what's going on here. And then they go, oh, that's really good. Except you didn't order the hit. I ordered the hit on the baby. And it's like, treachery. It's all been figured out now. It's like, these guys are so dumb. They didn't figure out that maybe if someone else did it, you can't say you did it because so it's going to come out eventually.
I mean,
It
What
came
are the
out in
chances
worst
it
way,
was him though?
That's the
so
thing.
like, you know,
That's the thing they
take
bet
a punt.
on.
Take a punt.
I was like, except I ordered the hit on the baby, so take these guys
Also,
away.
why is the hit on the baby such an important plot point here? Because I get that it gets the elves doing what they want, so if it wasn't him, they can say, we did it and it worked.
Yeah.
But other than that, surely she could say, well, we uncovered treachery in your generals. That's a big reason to keep me in your good graces. Like, why is it so important? I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah. But then the white flame walks up ahead after they've been arrested and sits down and...
Yeah, he even says, the loss of a child is so awful, and who would know better than me, who lost my child?
Oh
Find
my
Cyrilla
god!
of Sindra, who is my daughter, basically.
Oh my god! Oh,
Gasp!
It's him! Oh my
It's
god!
the guy.
This is all terrible! Oh my god!
The guy, it's him. The guy that was a hedgehog, who isn't a hedgehog now.
Was it the same
Dooney
guy, by the way?
It is him, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, it's not the same actor, it's the same character.
Oh, so is it... Because I don't remember what he looked like when he was younger.
I feel like different actor,
I
yeah.
think it's different as well.
But it is the same
Character,
person, yeah.
Cool. Anyway, and oh my god, the white flame is Ciri's father. Bum, end of
gasp.
season.
And you can tell because he's
got
the
long
same
hair
guy
now.
from the flashback, but also now has a streak of grey because time has passed.
Time has passed.
Gasp.
I love gasp. I love when you do that. And that's the end of season 8 right there.
Thank God it's over.
Episode 8, season 2.
Whichever.
That's the end of Witcher season 2. Overall, as I said, I did like the monsters. I did like the more use of like Witcher magic and
Yep.
the
Except
single
some of it
Witcher
doesn't make any
potion.
freaking sense.
And Henry really is suited for this role. He does
He's
such
so
great
good.
work. There's just a bit of stuff like
It
crap
feels soulless.
surrounding.
It feels soulless all combined. Like there's so much stuff that's good. Like second half of the season I loved Yen. I feel like Ciri, specifically in her relationship with Geralt, is brilliant. Geralt, brilliant. Jaskier in those last 2 episodes, good. Something's missing.
Yeah.
Something's missing. Again, like you're right, there's so many things that are correct. You know, like the monsters are all good. The confusion about where are they coming from, all good. But then tying it all together, there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense. It's just overall odd.
Yeah.
And it didn't land, you know?
It's weird. It's
I'm
weird.
going to give it like as a show, not like as those individual bits. Some of those individual bits, 10 out of 10. Geralt, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like it's like a 5 out of 10. Maybe like a 6. And I do mean a true 5. Like it's exactly mid.
Yeah.
You know, it's not terrible, but it's just not good.
I'm going to say 6. I'm going to say 6 out of 10. It was
Fairly low, isn't it?
there was some good bits that I enjoyed. I did like there's really cool scenes. Again, it mainly surrounds Geralt, and anytime there's a monster on the screen, it's really cool. That first episode was fucking great.
The first episode was brilliant.
I was like, we're in for a fucking good ride, guys.
If it had been like that the whole way through, I reckon the season would have been a 10. We'd be raving about it. I'd probably go and read the rest of the books.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't.
Dipped
You
in
know?
it.
Yeah.
And Yesker being put in there for no reason. He was
Weird.
absolutely no
Very
reason.
odd. Like the whole Sandpiper thing was a convenient way to get him in, but it doesn't make any sense. We could have
Why
just
would
had
he
him
have any
come in.
connections?
He could have just come in.
So dumb.
Why
Yeah.
did we revisit with the dwarves? That doesn't. I mean, I know it's in the last episode, but why did we do that?
Yeah. Don't get it. I don't get it.
Don't
What can
get
I
it
say?
Either.
Do
Do we have any comments? In
yeah, we
the
did,
movie
actually.
club? We do. Let's have a look. Kahahahafotics
Yes.
says, finally the finale. To be honest, I don't want this show to end. Jaskier is back again, still the best character. Episode 7, best episode.
Ooh.
Jaskier and Geralt hugged, and the series doesn't get better than this. Genuinely think Joey Beatty
I think
might
that's
be
the
better.
character.
Oh, that's the guy that does Jaskier.
Better than Henry Cavill.
You know, I was trying to be polite, but you're definitely wrong.
I was holding my tongue throughout the whole thing until I got to there. Shut your mouth.
I know you guys have said that you want Geralt and Yen or Geralt and Triss, but I'm Team Geralt and Jaskier. Well, fair enough. And to be honest, it's a pretty decent bromance, except it doesn't make sense in these last 2 episodes. So give us a resolution to the conflict, and then you can have your bromance. What an entrance. Geralt and the squad showing up just in time is the witch Baba Yaga? I think she's supposed to
Baba
be.
Yaga.
Yeah. Episode 8, Vesemir's what the fuck after Ciri destroys the medallion tree is in the top 10 moments in the series. The dead people in Ciri's head are doing an infinity war. It's got the trademark.
They were fucking. Yeah. They were like crumbling away, right?
The shithead firefucker is still. Oh, we did forget that shithead firefucker and the chick who like drinks some of Ciri's blood and it burns her or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so who do you think that guy is? They meet the big boss. I think it's Gaunter. I think it's Gaunter O'Dim from the Heart of Stone. Yeah, that's my guess.
Interesting.
Where are we? He says Firefuck is still alive. I hope that changes next season. Overall, Season 2 was much better than Season 1, and I can't wait for Season 3. But there was no song that matches the quality of Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. That's fine. I agree. I way prefer the prison song of the two.
The prison song was quite cool. But still, Toss a Coin beats it all.
Toss a Coin's one of the best songs
ever made.
Full stop. Yeah. I'm not sure that I agree with you about Season 2 being better. Episode 1 of Season 2 was as good as anything in Season 1, but then it dips.
I do think it was better than Season 1.
Do you?
I think there's much better things in this one. The Season 1 had a lot of
0 yen boobies. I rest my case.
That's a good point. You know, I can't fight that. In fact, there was a lot of less of boobies in this one, right? I don't
Less
remember
boobies.
A lot of boobs.
Yeah, Stragon Ball had a lot of like hologram boobies, yen boobies, Toss Coin to Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Geralt and Jaskia have a bit more of a romancy stuff.
And a gold dragon.
A gold drag. Oh shit!
Can't beat it. Case closed. Case closed.
Well, now it is a much closer thing because I totally like traumatic shielding. Forgot about that episode. Except the gold dragon has those two Nubian goddesses with him.
Ah, yes.
So we're back up again.
We're back up again, boys. Adam Sunling writes in and he says, I know I said I will return with an essay for episode 8, but I couldn't force myself to watch it again because this show is terrible and I'm really lazy. And yes, those are the two reasons, very much interchangeable. So if there's anyone out there wondering if they should watch this season, the answer is obviously no. Instead of watching this high-budget fanfic, you could... That's a
fair enough.
That's something right there.
It's not that far from the truth.
You could watch all of Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun, brilliant show by the way, 5 stars, approximately 8 times. And now I bet you're wondering what these two shows have in common. The answer is nothing. They're both Netflix shows. Only one of them is worth watching, however. Also, please remember to actually put these episodes on Spotify.
Isn't that Wames's issue? Or is it us that puts these up
the
on
Spotify one's me. Did I fuck that up?
Who knows? But we'll find out soon.
We'll find out tonight.
Also, I want to make one correction.
Go on.
He actually said it's brilliant, not brilliant.
Oh,
it's
sorry.
brilliant.
It's a brilliant show.
Very good.
All right, guys, that is the end of Witcher Streamcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Tune in not next week, the week after, for the Hawkeye Season 1 wrap-up that we're going to do. Boy. Not going to be going through everything like we have here. We're just going to be talking about it in general.
Season overall,
seeing how things were and seeing whether or not it was worth us missing for The Witcher.
That's right.
We'll talk about that.
Realistically, it's probably going to devolve into just us shit-talking with Tyler.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good one. You can always look forward to that.
It's going to devolve into talking about Batman vs Superman. And
for the two of you that are still here, January got messed up for us, which is why Hawkeye got pushed all the way to February. We had planned it and with Tyler, but then Plague got in the way and Christmas and stuff. So sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a bit late, but
we're back on track now.
That's right.
We're going to pick it up again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being so awesome. Rate us on Spotify, like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Frick the FPN.
FPN, it's not really.
That's right.
What, they brought it back after many, many weeks and nothing changed. Whereas
exactly.
Us, at least, we degraded the quality.
We're the Northern Star. We will shit on this entire channel until it dies.
All right, boys. Take it easy. Take it easy, bro.